Oh, hi, I'm so happy to see you because I've got great news about Pauper, my favorite format. Pauper has just been given competitive leagues on Magic Online, meaning that we can now qualify for major Magic the Gathering tournaments such as the Mocks and even the Pro Tour just by playing Pauper. Oh boy, competitive Pauper leagues are starting November 14th. Wow, that's this Wednesday. Players can now compete in these to qualify for the Pro Tour or the Mocks. This is possibly the biggest news to happen to Pauper, well, ever. So with that being said, let's talk about one of the most well-positioned decks in the format right now with a beautiful name, Rainbow Tron. And Rainbow Tron, well, I do apologize. It seems we have a little bit of an ion storm outside the college right now, but I'm sure it's fine. So let's transport this deck list to you and oh, hello, and welcome back to Tolarian State University, where our motto is, it doesn't matter if you win or lose at Magic the Gathering, so long as you put your opponents through absolute misery. Today we're taking aim at Pauper, a format that has long been a canker sore on my gum line. All your friends love Pauper, and they're constantly getting you to join. Well, let's see how much they love the format after you challenge them with the most miserable, evil, agonizing, and downright dirty deck there is. Acid Trip. Acid Trip is a disgustingly delicious deck, poised for a strong comeback now that Tron builds are so dominant in the meta. The deck uses Reality Acid and bounce effects to devastate your opponent's board, picking off key pieces and leaving them impotent and useless. Reality Acid is a very, very underrated card. An enchantment aura where for 2 and a blue you can enchant target permanent. Any permanent, including basic lands. It has Vanishing 3, meaning that the enchantment enters the battlefield with 3 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last is removed, sacrifice Reality Acid. When Reality Acid leaves the battlefield, enchanted permanent's controller sacrifices it. But Reality Acid need not sacrifice itself to Vanishing in order for the enchanted permanent to be sacrificed. Reality Acid simply must leave play. So, cast Reality Acid on Urza's Tower, for example, then cast Kor Skyfisher, targeting the Reality Acid. Reality Acid returns to your hand, and Urza's Tower must be sacrificed. Recast the same Reality Acid on another permanent, from Urza's Power Plant to Gurmag Angler to Insectile Aberration to Basic Island. Rinse, repeat, which is easy to do when you run playsets of Kor Skyfishers and Dream Stalkers. With these in deck, Reality Acid will bounce back and forth from permanent to permanent, claiming one after another. Reality Acid could really get going and cripple the key pieces of your opponent's board. This will leave your opponents with no permanents, including basic lands. Oh, what's that? But it's no fun for them to just sit there and be unable to play Magic? Oops. My list runs 3 Reality Acid, although some bring it down to 2 copies. It's not likely that you'll be sending multiple Reality Acids down on your opponent's board, so a full playset isn't needed. And with cards such as Heliod's Pilgrim, you can tutor for the enchantment, or one of a few other nasties that the deck runs, such as Journey to Nowhere, a classic exile target creature until this enchantment leaves play, that not only gives us great removal, but if needed can be cast early on, then bounced to be recast on a greater threat. To my sheer delight, the deck also runs 3 copies of Spreading Seas. Yes, I'm going to spread my seas all over Tron, disrupting it greatly as well as most non-blue Pauper decks, while also giving us the benefit of a card draw. Faith's Fetters can enchant any permanent, and when Faith's Fetters enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Enchanted permanents' activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. If enchanted permanent is a creature, it can't attack or block. So this takes care of, well, everything. Also, the deck runs a single copy of Crystallization, a low-cost enchantment aura that makes it so enchanted creature can't attack or block. And when enchanted creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, exile that creature. The deck also delights in running 2 copies of Custodi, a 3/3 flying spirit cleric that has Will of the Council. But it is truly our will. My will, as when Custodi Squire enters the battlefield starting with you, each player votes for an artifact, creature, or enchantment card in your graveyard. Return each card with the most votes or tied for the most votes to your hand. We're always guaranteed 1 recursion of choice from our graveyard this way. And also, a 3/3 flying is a nice beater to boot. Blink Custodi Squire with Blink of an Eye to get the enter the battlefield effect again, or use Blink of an Eye to target Kor Skyfisher or Dream Stalker to keep bouncing reality acid. Flash it back if you wish, and target your hardcast Mulldrifter to draw cards. Or perhaps your Seagate Oracle to look at the top 2 cards of your library and put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. Next, the deck runs a pair of Preordain to scry 2 and then draw a card. Simple, elegant, and agonizing. Our mana base is 2 color and runs a full play set of Tranquil Coves, which will tap for either blue or white, and of course give us life gain, which is helpful to reach our point of stabilization against any early aggro decks. This too is why we run a pair of Radiant Fountains, which work nicely with the playset of Azorius Bounce lands. Rounding out the mana base are a pair of Quicksand to deter early attackers as well, and a pair of Secluded Steppes for cycling. Beyond that, it's just 4 plains, 4 islands, bringing the deck cost total to less than $40, or just 2.5 packs of Ultimate Masters. But unlike Ultimate Masters, this Pauper deck is a deck for everyone who wants to see their opponents suffer. And if you are feeling really evil, just remember, reality acid is modern legal. This deck can easily and affordably be converted to a dirt cheap modern viable build that'll make your friends pull their hair out. And since making people hate playing Magic the Gathering is what we do here at Tolarian State University, I am going to be sending signed copies of Reality Acid to all new patrons at the signed card level as my way of saying thanks for being despicable. Just pledge to help us at patreon.com today, and if you select the signed card level in the holiday months, then I will send you a signed Reality Acid, because nothing says happy holidays like making friends and family miserable. Oh, I'm such a naughty boy. Naughty, naughty. The sideboard has a lot of options to customize for your meta, but right now I feel 2 Circle of Protection green and 3 Circle of Protection red are must-runs no matter what. From Blitz to Burn to Goblins to Hexproof to many, many more. For anything else, a pair of hard counterspells can keep your opponent from dropping a big bad bomb. Relic of Progenitus is of course great for graveyard hate. Kor Sanctifiers answer target enchantment or artifacts with destruction, and a pair of Dispel have a multitude of uses, the least of which is protection of our spells from being countered themselves. Nothing's more evil than countering a counterspell. Finally, a pair of standard bearers can be a headache and a half for our opponent, meaning they are going to have no pick of targets, and any enchantments or instants that seek one will go for our standard bearer instead. I hope very much this video has been most unhelpful to you. Next week, we'll be intentionally spiking the prices of key Pauper staples, continuing to ruin the format. Oh no! Pauper decks will now cost the same as standard decks? How sad for those fools trying to get Wizards of the Coast to support Pauper. Enjoy another 52 weeks of Mothership articles praising Brawl. What a fun deck list, and that's really what Magic's about, isn't it? Fun? Oh, what's this? Huh, I don't remember signing these, but I guess I should send them out to patrons over the next couple months. Anyway, remember, competitive Pauper leagues start on Magic Online this Wednesday, and no matter what deck you play, you just may qualify for some of the highest tournaments in Magic the Gathering, including the Pro Tour itself. I hope very much to see you there. And this video is brought to you by my and many other people's local game store, Card Kingdom, a brick-and-mortar pillar of this community, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. These are the people that keep Tolarian Community College going and growing strong. So thank you.